Sir, we'll start within 5 minutes. Okay. Hello. Is it audible? Hello.
Audible,
Hi,
audible.
sir. Hi, it is audible.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, namaskar to all of you.
Namaskar, sir.
Lokikare lokikecha pragyapara mite mite dasapara mitakare pragyadevi namastute. On behalf of the Department of Philosophy, Lakshminarayan Mahavidyalaya, Baleshwar, I welcome you all to this ICPR-sponsored periodic lecture. The series is on Mahayana Buddhist philosophy. So, in our previous lecture series, we have seen about the development of the schools of Buddhism and their central concept like Sunyata, Pratitya Samutpada, Sunyata, Pratitya Samutpada, and middle way. We have seen that how Sunyata have been interpreted differently by the different schools of thought. As we know, the schools of Buddhism have been developed through different stages. The early stages, or the Abhidharmika philosophy, which is known as the realistic and pluralistic school. Then the Madhyamika, which propounds the Sunyata, Sunyavadin, which is known as the Sunyavadin. They have propound the Drishti Sunyata and the Yogachara philosophy, which propounds the Grahadvaya Sunyata. The Grahadvaya Sunyata, we have seen all these things. As we know, the Ihapraditya Samutpada Sunyatamtam Prachakhyate Sapragyaptirupadaya Pratipat Saiva Madhyama. So dependent origination we know as the emptiness or the sunyata, and that emptiness is a dependent concept just at the middle path. So the sunyata and the madhyama pratipada and the dependent origination are conjoined with each other. So we have seen from these things from the core Mahayana Buddhist philosophy. Today we'll discuss about the Mahayana Buddhist philosophy or the Mahayanic concept and its relation to other philosophical or religious school of thought. So we'll discuss in this series about the Mahima Dharma, which is propounded by Mahima Gosai. It is a very ancient religion of India and have been developed, but it is less discussed philosophically. Very few scholars have worked, like Professor Tandra Patnaik, have worked in this area, but it is a very less explored area still today. So we are really grateful to have today Dr. Patitapaban Das to discuss with us about this topic. But Dr. Das is very well known to us. We know them. Dr. Das is currently serving as an assistant professor of philosophy at Ravenshaw University, Qatar. He's engaged in research and teaching. He has published more than 5 books, more than 25 articles. He has already done to completed 2 research projects. He has contributed to the many many research and scholarly articles, books, etc. Very briefly, I have introduced Patitapaban sir. We'll listen from him today about the philosophy of Mahima Dharma, particularly the topic Mahima and Mahayana, decoding the Concord. So with this, I welcome you, sir. Welcome to this lecture series. Namaskar, sir. Please. Sir, please unmute yourself. Hello. You are muted.
Yeah. Now am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible. Sir, आउ थरे स्क्रीन टाकू माने ये करने की करने उनके से कि जोने शेयर करने थिला बोधे हमर जो गोटे साइड ही जाई छी.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me do that. Give me 1 minute. Okay, is it now visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is clearly visible.
Okay. Thank you very much, Devasis Sarangi and the entire team from LN Mahavidyalaya for giving me this opportunity to speak my thought over a really, as Devasis said, a less treaded path, but the path is really very dangerous and difficult too. But I am happy and elated that my teachers and my mentors like Professor Prafula Kumar Mahapatra, Professor Saroj Kumar Mahanti, and other well-wishers are there. So I'm really blessed and gained a little confidence to speak on this area. And when Professor Prafula Mahapatra today gave a message that I'm going to join your talk, so give me the link, I really became so confident that when when you really need someone, when you really need a blessing hand, it is your teachers always, they are there, stand before you. So thank you very much, and with that confidence, with all your blessings, let me speak something so on this topic, Mahima and Mahayana, decoding the Concord. I hope I am not seen, but the slide is seen. I hope so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because the current has gone. So, okay, thank you. So let's start with that. Is it visible? The slide is visible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slide is visible.
Yes. Let me start with a question. What would you do if your flesh is faced with a dreaded calamity? We are aware that now we are facing a dreaded calamity like Corona, but suppose your place is now faced with a dreaded calamity, like maybe a flood, or maybe a very severe cyclonic storm, or a very ferocious kind of famine, which actually met Odisha in 1866. In fact, I am taking you to that time when in 1866, 1/3 of people in Odisha died because of a famine. We call it Naanka Durbhikya. I'm taking you to that time because today, if I ask you that suppose you are faced with a natural calamity, who will help you? Where would you take abode? Who will help you? Today might be most of us would say science will help us. No one else. Science will help us. But just let's think about 1866. At that time, if you are asked that who will help you, who will help you if you are faced with a dreaded calamity like flood or famine? Who will help you? Is it relief camp? But relief camps are called chhatar, chhatra in Odia, chhatra. And if you go there, take rest, take help of these relief camps organized by government, then you will be shunned from the society as Chhatrakiya. In fact, I remember when we were children, we were kids. Suppose we go somewhere and my grandmothers and grandfathers, they were scolding us like you are a Chhatrakiya. Chhatrakiya is a slang. It means that people who are hungry, people who don't have food, and they go and take food in anywhere. That is Chhatrakiya. Now, people who were taking in 1866, when that was the famine time, and people were taking food from these camps, government camps, the higher caste people were sunning them as Chhatrakiya. Then who will stand with you? Is it God? Today we have at least 3 options. One is government, second one is science, third one is God. But in 1866, we had 2 options. One is either the government, but if you take help of the government, then you will be called as Chhatrakiya. Now what about God? Will he help him? Will he help us? But what if his doors are closed? Today in Corona, doors are also closed. But what if in that time? But how it is possible? He is Jagannath. How is it possible that Jagannath will close his doors to some sections of people who are in need? He is Jagannath. And his name is Jagatnath, because he is the Lord of the whole world. Now, if he is Lord of the whole world, how is it possible that his doors are closed for some sections of the society? But that unfortunate thing happened in Odisha. And we can see it from W. Hunter's report. The temple of Jagannath, in which every creed obtained an asylum, and in which every class and sect can find its God, now close its doors to its low caste population. This is Hunter who was describing that type of situation. So the door of Jagannath was closed to a particular section of people in Odisha. And Lord was hijacked. And it comes to us from the writings of Isita Banerjee Dubey. And she writes, the close association with royalty, coupled with the introduction of caste discrimination in practices of the temple at Puri, made Jagannatha appear in the 19th century as an exclusive and distant lord, a monopoly of Brahmanas and rulers. He had moved away far from his initial devotees and had come to be identified with those who wielded power and authority. So this is the sorry state that happened during that time in 1866. then what would you do then? If this happens, if you go to no camp, government camp, relief camp to have some food, then you will be called as Chhatrakya. And if you go to take help of the God, God closes his door to you. Then what would you do? What are the options left for you? Will you attack the temple and destroy the unholy banhomi between these Brahmins and royalty? Will you attack the temple and destroy it? Because whom you know you rested lot, he is not coming to your aid. What would you do? Will you attack? And that's what actually Dasram, the Kumbhiputiya rebel, did in 1881. And we find that what he did, he comes from Sambalpur with 20 Kumbhiputiya rebels, attacked the Jagannath temple, desecrated the prasads, and plotted to burn the whole temple. There was a riot. In that riot, one of them was also brutally killed. Many of were arrested. These people were trying to attack Jagannath temple because they believed that Jagannath is not staying in that temple. They believe that the Jagannath, which is the Lord for everyone, has been now hijacked. So what is the necessity of being Jagannath there? So they tried to attack Jagannath temple. Will you do that also if you are at that place? Will you try to attack Jagannath temple? Or there is another option. The option is this. Or we'll change the nature of the Lord itself. Right? This is the question. And that actually happened. Someone, this is a suspense, I am going to disclose a little bit more. Jagannath is within your heart. You unnecessarily worship his idol. His idol is made, after all, with dry wood. Can the worship of such an idol take you to Vaikuntha? This is someone who wrote. Now you have two options. One option is you physically attack the Lord. Another option is you destroy the compounded nature of the Lord itself, and you change the nature of Lord itself. And there is another option. How dare you to do that? How dare you to say that you are condemning Jagannath, the Supreme Lord, as mere wood? No, not at all. I am not doing that. You are condemning the Lord not existing in the temple, and he is powerless, is hijacked. How dare you? No, I'm not saying that also. He is not wood, nor not wood. He doesn't stay in temples, nor in not temples. Oh my God. How he writes? He is neither guru nor disciple, neither master nor servant. He is not Brahmana, not Chandala, not noble. He is neither woman nor man. Indeed, neither male nor female. Neither brother nor sister. He is not father, not son. He is not water, not wind. Neither formless, yet has no form. He is neither knowledge nor ignorance, nor even the conception of Veda. Can you? Amazing, no? Full of negations. Let's go again. He is neither guru nor disciple. All the negations. He is neither master nor servant. He is not Brahmana, not Chandala, not noble. He is not father, he is not mother, he is not male, he is not female. All the full of negations. What is his real nature then? The Lord? What is the real nature of the Lord then? What is the real nature of the ultimate reality then? You are talking about full of negations. He is Sunya. Would you say Sunya means empty, void? But he is Sunya. He is Sunya. And what is written in Stuti Chintamani? Beyond word he is, and beyond thought his body is Sunya. Who can find him in the scriptures? Who can find him in the thought or form? You cannot describe, you cannot find anything. He is Sunya. The Lord is Sunya. Jagannath is Sunya. I think Jagannath is called also Sunya Purusa. Okay. Does he exist at all? If he does, he has lots of negations, all the contradictory kind of predicaments or predicates. Does he exist at all? How can we know him with all these negations? And then he writes, Brahmara Mahima Brahma Jane, Keba Samartha Tini Bhuvane, Abhaya Brahmanku Kalibaku Acha Hai. And the English paraphrase is, the glory and power of Brahman is known to Brahman alone. Who in the three worlds is capable of assessing this infinite Brahman, the one who pervades the universe? So this is the nature. We cannot describe him. He can only describe his ultimate nature. We cannot. No one can describe him. He is Sunya. He is Sunya Purusa. He is Purna Brahma. He is Mahima Moy. He is Alekha, Anama, Arupa, Adrisya, Abhyakta, Anadi, Aman, Nirguna, Niranjana, Shunya Brahman. So these are the categories which we can say. And you can find all these are negative categories. Alekha. You cannot script it. Anama, it has no name. Arupa, it has no form. Adrisya, it cannot be seen. So not seen, not. And though it is Sunya, though it is Anama or Rupa, but he will stand with everyone. He will help everyone. He will save everyone. He will bless everyone. But he doesn't do that. Why? Because I know that this is due to vices committed by the people. And therefore he writes, again in Stuti Chintamani, I neither have courage nor hope. Tell me what to do. Bear your own burden, protect your devotees, take care of the world, both fortune and calamity, both salvation and suffering are created by you. Who will bear the burden of your sin and sorrow? Let them lie at your feet. So it's because of the sin of the people it has happened. Therefore, the God, even though omnipotent, doesn't help. But he helps. He is Mahimamaya. He will do that. Therefore, O Lord, and he says, he sings, therefore, O Lord, endless are the agonies and sorrows of living. Who can bear to witness, condemn my life to hell, but let the world be redeemed? This is again from Stuti Chintamani. Wet, what are you doing? All the songs with high words, wet. What are you doing? Are you a Buddhist? Why are you calling me as Buddhist? Because Buddhists believe that the ultimate is Sunya. I'm not going to discuss what is Sunya because we had a very wonderful session. Thanks to Devasis Sarangi who has arranged this. That people have discussed the idea of Sunya propounded in Buddhism in a very beautiful manner. Buddhists believe that the ultimate is Sunya. He is indescribable. We cannot describe anything because he is beyond all chatuskati, four modes of logic. He is beyond that. He is indescribable. He is ineffable, unspeakable. He doesn't reside in temple. Buddhists also believe that gods do not reside in any temple. In fact, many sects of Buddhism really oppose idol worship. It's Mahayana actually started again, worshipping Buddha himself. But if you go to Hinayana tradition, then you'll find that they were damn against of idol worship. So he doesn't reside in temple. He pervades everywhere. He's for all, no caste distinction. And we know very well that Buddhism as a religion itself is known for elevating the downcast, elevating the downtrodden. The aim of Buddhism, perhaps particularly, to elevate the downtrodden people. And you are saying all these things. Therefore, might be you are a Buddhist. Because you also believe, let me tell you, you too, what? Buddhists oppose Brahmanism. They oppose Brahmanism. And we know very well that how Buddhists and Vedantins particularly, they fought. In fact, Brahmanist culture, they fought against each other. And you were also against Brahmanism. You plotted attack on Jagannath temple. So Buddhists oppose Brahmanism, you too. Buddhists oppose caste discrimination, you too. Buddhists believe the world of suffering, you too, because you were saying pranira arata, dukkha pramrita. So you are asking your God to elevate, people from their suffering. So Buddhists believe that this world is full of suffering, you too. You believe that the world is full of suffering. So are you a Buddhist? Buddhists oppose idol worshipping, you too. Buddhists strive to liberate all. Mahayana, the name itself suggests that it is a big vehicle. It will liberate everyone. So Buddhists strive to liberate all the people. And you are also talking about that. You are saying that we should liberate all. Mo jibana pache narke padithau jagata uddhara hayo. Buddhists strive to liberate all. You are also trying to liberate all. Are you a Buddhist? But then I have a question. How can you, being a Buddhist, believe in eternal Sunya Brahma Purusha? Buddhists do not believe in a Brahman. The concept of Brahman that is propounded in Vedanta philosophy, an eternal Brahman, Buddhists do not believe in that. And you believe in Sunya, but you also believe that Sunya Brahman. How is it possible? And you are saying that he is a Purusa. Sunya Brahman Purusa. He has eternal qualities. How can you do that? Buddhists believe that nothing exists. Nothing is permanent. But you are saying he has infinite eternal qualities. Believe that he is personal. Purusha. He can be the subject of worshipping. Believe that he is personal. He is a God whom you can worship. You can call him. He will assist you. He is a personal God. How is it possible? In one hand, you are saying that he is Sunya. At the other hand, you are saying he is a Purusa. He will come, aid you, assist you, help you. How is it possible? He creates everything and does everything. You also believe in that. Buddhists do not believe in that. But how can you do that? And he is subject to appeasement and sacrifice. This is a very interesting thing. Let my life, suffered in the hell. So it's that. If you want that I should be suffered, and by that cost, if the world has to be elevated, then let it be done. Let my life suffered in the hell, but Jagat should be elevated. So are you thinking that God wants appeasement, God wants sacrifice, then only he will elevate the Jagat, the world? How can you believe in that? At the same time believing that the no, the ultimate is Sunya. How can you do this? Are you a Vedantin too? This is a question. Very interesting question to me. Oh, that is what N.N. Basu says about me in his very famous book, perhaps the first book about my tradition, my religion, modern Buddhism, and its followers in Orissa. This is a book where N.N. Basu writes that I am a Buddhist. That I am a Buddhist with a mask. I am a Buddhist in disguise. I believe all the principles what Buddhists believe, but I don't say that I am a Buddhist. N.N. Basu says that all the people who talk like this are Buddhist, but they don't want to say them as Buddhist because of the fear of the, again, fear of the rulers, kings. And N.N. Basu says, tags me as I am a Mahayana Buddhist, Mahayana Buddhist. Many features, of course, agree, and therefore N.N. Basu says I am a Mahayana Buddhist. And he says, he goes more in detail, says I am a Tantric Buddhist. In fact, Tantric Buddhist is popular at that time in Odisha. I am a follower of Vajrayana, a Tantric Buddhist in Odisha. So he says like that. N.N. Basu says that all the people who follow my path, they are Buddhist in disguise, out of fear of the king's ostracism, right? They don't call themselves as Buddhist, but they are Buddhist because they believe in Shunya, they believe in negation, they believe in everything what Buddhists also believe. But what about others? What about Vedanta? You said that I also believe in Vedanta principles. And that is what Professor Tandra Patnaik says in her book, God as Sunya, The Philosophy of Mahima Dharma and Bhima Bhoi. Very interesting book. She says that, look, all these, that I am a Vedantin. I believe in Advaita philosophy because I believe that there are no dual principles. There is only one ultimate reality. I believe in that. And therefore, I am a Vedantin. Professor Tandra Patnaik accuses me that you are a Vedantin. And she says, I believe in Saguna Brahma theory, not Nirguna Brahma theory, because I believe in lots of predicates, qualities of the God. And therefore, Professor Tandra Patnaik believes that I am a follower of Vedantin, of course Advaita Vedantin, but Saguna Brahma theory, that Brahman has lots of qualities, predicates, Saguna Brahman, not Nirguna Brahman. And she says, I believe in uncompromised non-dualism. And what is the name she gives to me? She gives a name to me. I am a Shuddha Advaita Vedantin. Shuddha Advaita Vedantin. So this is what the name you are giving to me. However, I am not a Mahayana Buddhist. I am not a Vedantin either. I am not both. I am neither Vedantin nor Buddhist. Who am I? Neither. I am a Kumbhi Patua because I wear a particular kind of dress, and that dress is made of, the skin of a particular kind of tree, Kumbhi tree. Therefore, I am Kumbhi Patia. Kumbhi Patia. I am Alekhya. People call me Alekhya because I believe that the ultimate reality cannot be described, cannot be scripted. Alekh. So I am Alekhya. and I am Mahima Panthi because I believe what Mahima Gosai teaches us. At the same time, I also believe that the God is Mahima Maya. I am just a disciple of Mahima Gosai, an illiterate Kandha Bhima Bhoi. So I am only Bhima Bhoi, a Kandha, an illiterate, a downtrodden people coming from Western Odisha, and follows Mahima Gosai's teaching and saying all whatever I can do, because I can proudly declare that Pranira Arata Dukha Apramita Dekhu Dekhu Kimba Sahu Mojibana Pache Norke Padithau Jagata Uddhara Ho. This is what I want to do. So whether you tag me as a Buddhist, whether you tag me as a Vedantin, I don't mind, but my aim is that suffering of people should be elevated, and for that reason, if my life should be suffered in the hell, then it is acceptable to me, but still Jagat should be elevated. The suffering of people should be minimized. Suffering of people should be come to naught. For that, if my life has to be sacrificed, then I will be ready for that. That's what I say. I can proudly declare that, and I am a disciple of Mahima Gosai, and my name is Bhima Bhoi. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your lucid explanation on the Mahima and Mahayana philosophy, decoding the Concord. It was actually really very nice. So they are not concerned with whether maybe they are Buddhist or Vedantist, but they're actually concerned with the removal of suffering, which is also very similar to the Chatura Arya Satya's first Satya. There
Yes.
there is dukkha, suffering, as they have described that dukkha is for three kinds, because the sanskara dukkhata, samudaya dukkhata, and dukkha dukkhata. So maybe there are some variations in the philosophy of Mahima. So thank you very much for your nice explanation. Now I would like to take some question from the participants. Yeah. If anybody has some question, they can unmute themselves and ask their question. Hello.
Sir, namaskar. Ambika here, sir. Sir,
Yes.
sir, I got a question. Sir, has Mahima Dharma evaded the karma phala? Like a person doing his karma, he will get phala according to that. Then Mahima Dharma Bhimabhoi says that his life has to be ମାନେ ମୋ ଜୀବନଟା ପଛେ ନର୍କେ ପଡିଥାଉ, ଜଗତଟା ଉଦ୍ଧାର ହଉ, କିନ୍ତୁ ମୋର କର୍ମ ଫଳଟା ମତେ ମିଳିବନି, ଅନ୍ୟ ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ କର୍ମ ଫଳ ନେଇଯିବି, ସେଇଟା କଣ ସମ୍ଭବ? ଲୋକମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ କର୍ମ ହିସାବରେ ସାର୍ ଫଳ ପାଇବେ, ତ ଏଇଟା କଣ କର୍ମ ଫଳକୁ ସେ ଡିଫାଇ କରିଛନ୍ତି ସାର୍?
Thank you. Thank you very much for this question. Even karma phala is not rejected in Buddhism, and I was really elated to listen to Professor Abhimanyu Singh. Yes, Professor Abhimanyu Singh's lecture some days back in this series particularly, where he was talking about Vijnana Matrata in Buddhism, where he says, look, Buddhism, particularly Yogachar Buddhism, discarded everything as Sunya, but did not discard karma phala. Very interesting. Did not discard karma phala. And of course, he said that he also accepted Vijnana as, has an ontological status, but Buddhism also never discarded karma phala. Right? So karma phala is accepted in Buddhism. What about Mahima Gosai? Now, I did not actually, this lecture is very short, and I intended to make it very short. so that I will learn many things from the learned audience, because this is a new area I am also treading. And my inquisition comes here because I thought, look, some days back, in fact, many times I have visited Dhauligiri, but some time back when I visited Dhauligiri, suddenly a question popped up in my mind that, look, in Odisha, Buddhism was so famous, so popular, but where is it? Is it there in only that western part of Odisha, Chandragiri, where some Buddhist people are resided? Or where is it? And then I started inquiring, and then I stumbled upon with this book and something, and I am entering to this. So I'll be happy if my teachers, of course, are present. They will comment on this. But what I'm thinking is that Mahima Dharma, which is a very genuine kind of philosophical and religious movement started from Odisha, sometimes is hijacked by this Buddhist dialect and Vedantin sophistications. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a very genuine kind of religious feeling. This is a very genuine kind of living philosophy, and it was originated from a very unusual way. I was saying that how a Kandha, even though it is Buddhism or it is Vedantin, how is it a Kandha person who, two things is there. One is a Kandha person usually is not learned, illiterate, of course, and he says, Bhima Bhoi also says that I am illiterate. One. And second is, in that time, Vedas are not allowed to taught, allowed to be taught to these downtrodden people. So he had no idea about these Vedantin sophistications, right? So he had no idea about Buddhist, dialects, and he had no idea about Vedantin sophistication. Then, but he did it. Though there are lots of similar things which we can jolt down, and we can say that, oh, here you are talking about Buddhism, and here you are talking about Vedantins, so you are a Vedantin, so you are a Buddhist. Though we are saying that, but we should not do that. And we have to see it completely with new focus, open mind, that what he wants to say. And in the whole philosophy, he wants to say that by any way, the suffering of people should be minimized, and people should be downtrodden, people should be elevated. And for that, what type of altruism he says that let me sacrifice my life if it is possible. He says that if it is possible, by sacrificing my life, other people's life will be beautiful, then I am ready to sacrifice that. So we have to understand that. But this is one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is that, why did he think like this? Does he really think that the God demands sacrifice? And I mentioned in my lecture that during that time, or might be after that, before that, Tantric Buddhism was popular in Odisha. And perhaps therefore, because he was downtrodden person, so might be he was in conversation with some Tantric Buddhist. Might be, I don't know. We have to read more and more for that. So he says that, look, sacrifice, God needs sacrifice, right? And that is what is karma theory. So you have to give something and to get something. So it's a very simple kind of thing. I think I should stop here. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So before going to any question, I would like to welcome Professor Prafulla Kumar Mahapatra, sir. Sir, welcome to this lecture. So please give some blessings words to us.
Yes, thank you, Devashish. And I must say that it was a very interesting lecture. Patitapaban, you are improving day by day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's all your blessings. And yeah.
you deserve it. But one thing I was prompted to come to the scene is because Ambika asked a very good question. Probably you didn't, didn't attend to his question properly. Maybe I think what Ambika asked is a very good question in the sense that if karma phala is inevitable, then how can Bhima Bhoi say that let all the sinners, Jagat, all the sinners be liberated, and let my life rot in the hell, if that helps the sinners to be liberated. Now, Ambika's question was, it is asked, many people will ask this question. This question is asked against the background of an absolutistic moral theory. Karma theory is also, you are supposed to be absolutistic. That it is inviolable. As you so shall you reap, come what may. If you cannot reap the consequences of your actions in this life, there is another life. There will be some life where you will be punished or rewarded. Now that is where I think I should differ, because all moral theories, those who have studied my work, they must have been familiar with my idea that moral theories by their very nature are not absolutistic, because if they are taken as absolute and inviolable, then they will not be applicable in the world. I have something to say tomorrow in more detail. Only I refer to some of our scriptural evidence. There are in our scriptures, even Manusmriti, they point out that the karma phala can be moderated, can be even stopped if you do certain, penance, repentance, or study the Vedas, and by all some other good work. There is a sloka which is cited in Mahayana. Jatha yekona ekena chakrena rathasya na gatir bhavet tatha purushakarena bina daivang na siddhyati. That means adrushta or karma is not enough. There must be also your self-effort. By self-effort, you can, moderate your karma phala. Maybe your prarabdha can be moderated. Your sanchita will be prevented for getting fruition. Because you see, these two things must cooperate. This is what our scriptures also say. Similarly, Bhima which is like in that area. There, if it will help, then I am prepared to go to hell. Yeah. If it will help the other sinners to be liberated, or to be, their punishment, and things like that. So in that way, I think if you take karma phala or the doctrine of karma in this sense, I call it defeasible. It is normally necessary, but it also can be defeated in suitable circumstances. So that can be an answer to Ambika. Ambika raised this question. I like it. And
thank you.
Lecture again. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. So now a question is from.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Ambika. Ratnakar Gajendra sir wants to know, Vedantins are considered Prapancha Buddhist. How do you explain this? Brahman is described as Neti Neti, Sunya is Neti Neti. How do you explain this?
Is it there? I cannot hear you, Devasis. Is it there?
Yes, sir, it is here.
Ah,
It is
yes, it is there. It is there. I can see.
Prasanna Buddha, not Prapancha, Prasanna Buddha.
Ah, yeah, that is why I got confused. Yes, Vedantins are considered Prachanna Buddhist, right? How do you explain this? Brahman is described as Neti Neti. Shunya is Neti Neti. How do you explain this? Yes, I have, in fact, I should say that I have little idea on this, but I started to think about that. Look, when Shankara talks about Sunyata, he cannot talk about metaphysical Shunyata, cannot do that. He simply talks about epistemological Shunyata. Means you cannot describe the ultimate, but the ultimate is there. Ultimate is there, but you cannot describe it, because whenever you start describing it by a particular kind of predicate, that determines his other predicates, and you cannot do that. And therefore, Shankara's or Vedantins Shunyata, concept of Shunyata, is epistemological one. But Buddhist concept of Shunyata goes a little bit higher. Sometimes they go to metaphysical Shunyata also. They do talk about epistemological Shunyata, definitely. Nagarjunas and other people, they talk about epistemological Shunyata. We cannot describe, because all our logic fails describing the ultimate. So that is epistemological Shunyata. But Buddhists also talk about metaphysical Shunyata. The other speaker was talking about Pudgal Shunyata. He was saying that even Pudgal doesn't exist. Nothing exists. And they say Shunyata means Pratitya Samutpad. And Pratitya Samutpad means something arises and therefore something else comes. And if this is the theory, they talk about the extreme of this will be metaphysical Shunyata. No Vedantin will agree on this. Vedantin could simply say epistemological Shunyata. They will stay there. They will not, enter to metaphysical Shunyata. I can say this much to this question.
Thank you very much, sir. So now there is a question. There are multiple. Hello, Pradeep Behra, sir. Are you there?
If yes, sir, I am present here, sir.
Yeah. Please ask your question.
So my question is, sir, religion is created for well-being of mankind. Sir, religion is created for the well-being of mankind, and lastly, it becomes the barrier of mankind. How it loses its essence, sir?
Okay, I agree on you in one hand, but I also disagree on you that you assume that religion is for the betterment of mankind. Might not be true. It is a narrow definition of a religion, because religion could be simply the expression of my highest spiritual experience. That is my religion. That's all. I don't care, right? So this is also another aspect of religion. We should think about that. This is the expression of my highest spiritual quest. So if that becomes religion, it of course religion has a purpose. Purpose is to elevate people, but not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. So that we have to be very careful, that all religions should not necessarily elevate people. Religion has something different, and therefore perhaps we do make a distinction between religion and ethics, isn't it? Okay. So ethics has a necessary condition to create a good society. Religion not. Religion is not. Religion is a quite different kind of thing. Sometimes they come closer, and some religions also start elevating the society, but that is not a necessary connection. And if we do that, then sometimes it is good, but sometimes it may be used and abused. Okay.
Sir, another question is sir, I want to ask another question. So the Buddhism, either Buddhism or Mahima or Olekham, whatever religion it may be, it is the reform of Hinduism or it is the reform of Vedantic. And lastly, they also follow that rule. What the Vedantic has committed the mistake. They also made the same institution and same idol worship, same thing.
Acha, is it Hitler in the
Yes,
name
sir,
of
yes, sir.
Pradeep is talking? Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, I understand that. I understand from your voice and I understand from your concern. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you are saying that yes, that happens, and that is the politics of religion. I don't enter to that. Politics of religion also is there. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Thank you, sir. Sir, thank you.
Namaskar, sir. Pranam, sir.
I have somewhere else to go. Thank you.
So Hitler, do you understand that? So
Yes, sir.
religion has also some kind of political, determiners.
Okay.
So it has to do. Look, let me tell you why. All of a sudden, Jagannath is called Buddha Jagannath.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Look, so do you think that Jagannath principles, as in Toto, Jagannath principles allow that? No, it is politics only, right? It is politics only. Otherwise, Odisha society had to be divided because of the influence of Buddhism. So it was a kind of political hegemony to make Jagannath as a suburb Jagannath, right? It comes from downcast people. Right? And somehow, look, you are saying that no one can enter to Jagannath temple, right?
Okay.
And there will be lots of resentment. And you know that you have lots of other people also. Then what would happen? Okay, don't worry. You cannot enter to Jagannath temple, but for you, Jagannath will come out.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So these are all political bargaining that goes in a religion, mending of a religion. Okay, so it happens. That is completely another area, but it is a very lucrative area and very interesting area to discuss. That how and why Jagannath culture that is flourished in Odisha is so syncretic in nature. It could absorb all different kinds of rival kinds of religions into its fold, and became the supreme lord of whole Odia people. This is a very interesting thing to understand and discuss. How did it happen? Nowhere it happens.
सर एटा केवल रिलीजन दुनिया रे नो सर एटा आइडियोलॉजिकल दुनिया रे भी संभवपर होची.
Okay, definitely. That is that I understand. Yes. Thank you, Hitler.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. Thank you.
Then the next question is from K. Om Narayan Rao, sir. He wants to know the ideal of bodhisattvahood in Mahayana Buddhism is inconsistent with the Bhima Bhoi's ideal of liberating the world at the cost of his own self. How do you see this issue?
Okay, thank you, Om Narayan sir. No, I don't agree with you, because the idea of Mahayana itself says that the Buddha has to leave to elevate all the people. That is why the name is Mahayana, right? Mahayana, the name is Mahayana means it has to liberate all people, and a Buddha will not get bodhisattva or Buddhahood unless and until each and every one of the world is getting liberation. So that is a very interesting idea of Mahayana Buddhism. So a social implication of religion, that you cannot Buddha by yourself only. You get liberation and you become Buddha. No, it cannot be possible. You will be Buddha only when you will be Buddha as well as you will make others Buddhas. So this is very interesting idea of Mahayana. Now, what Bhima Bhoi was thinking, I don't know. We have to understand his tone of that line. The tone is, look, agar means this is in the agar. If you require, if you don't require, I don't mind. But if you require my life, then you take it. I am ready. If you require. And he says in the first line, Pranira arata dukha apramita dekhu kimba sau. Means how can you bear So he is accusing the God that it is your duty. You should do it by yourself. How can you do it? That you are bearing, or you are ignoring all kind of suffering in the world. How can you do that? Do you need my sacrifice? Do you need some reward? Do you need some bribe? कुछ लांच चाहिए, कुछ चाहिए, तो ले लो मुझे. So that is what is the undertone. Can you see the the feeling? The feeling is that they should be elevated by themselves because you are Mahima. You can do it. But if you require in between, I will do that. And we have to be very clear. Bhima Bhai doesn't want to be Buddha, or Bhima Bhai doesn't want to be liberated himself. And he says, look, he says, my life may suffer in hell. And Mahayanas will not say like that. I will be Buddha and I will make others Buddha. No one will be in hell. But in Bhima Bhai says that I will suffer in the hell, I will not be liberated, but let other people will be liberated. So that distinction should be minutely be there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So we have with us Professor Saroj Kumar Mohanty, sir. So, sir, are you here? Hello.
But then one Devashish, one thing.
Yes.
Devashish, one thing.
Please, sir.
Patitapaban.
Yes.
Patitapaban, one thing, one observation from my side.
Yes,
Well,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think the point is, well, Bhima Bhai doesn't want to be Buddha. In a sense, we can say that. But at the same time, maybe while liberating others, okay, at the cost of his own self, doesn't imply that he is also getting liberated. Because when one is craving for the liberation of others, liberation of the world, even at the cost of one's own self, that even well, that point is there. Well, he's saying, well, I may be condemned to hell, but let the world be liberated. So in a negative sense, at least, well, I don't know whether that would be right or not, but even the negative sense, I think in liberating the world, he is having his own liberation in his own way. How do you see that?
Okay. Okay. But from that line itself, it doesn't show like this. He says that let me suffer in the hell, but the whole world be elevated. Okay, so from that line itself, he could be termed as a very altruistic kind of person, that I will be sacrificed for others' happiness. So this could be done, but we should not think that by that means he is also saying that I will be liberated. So he never said that. He said that I will be condemned to hell. I will be condemned to hell. Doesn't matter. But let the whole world be liberated. So I will say pure altruist, a person of pure altruism. He could be like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
So,
Devashish, can I join the discussion?
Yes, sir. You are most welcome.
Yeah, even Ranjit sir also raised hand. So yeah, Ranjit sir will say. I could see the raising hand. Yeah, sir. Sir, namaskar, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for a very sumptuous feast which you have been fed with, and I really enjoyed your talk. It was very illuminating and it's an excellent talk. Actually, we have been attending many seminars in which even we have interacted with these Mahima traditions, sannyasis and others. So there is a trend that some will try to say that they are Buddhists, some say that they are Vedantins, because Mahima Vishwanath Baba, who was living during the last century, in the 20th century, he was writing bhashyas on a Brahma Sutra. And
yeah, so in Sanskrit form, yeah.
Yes, so he was trying to say that as all other Vedantins have been trying to do, they have been Prasthantraya, they are writing commentaries on those. he also did the same thing. So there is a tradition, which there is a Buddhist tradition is there, the Vedantic tradition is there. So it's a, as you have pointed out, a syncretic view, and it has been benefited from all the sides. And they have taken many good points in these traditions. But about that point, which you have said that they are about your epistemological and metaphysical view, I would say that I will only submit for your consideration that they are actually epistemologically, we can say that they are Sunya. And metaphysically also, they have their views, and epistemologically also, we can say that they are completely Sunya. So both the traditions are there. They are arguing, they are also establishing their arguments, and they are also trying to say things. And so they have both metaphysical and ontological, epistemological content. And we can say that they are Sunya in one sense and in either of the two. And regarding the view that concept of Mahima, there are also rituals. You see, when you go to their rituals, their fire worship is there.
Yes.
Fire and there is also, they also, in the morning, they pray facing the east, and in the evening, they pray facing the west. So yes, there are certain traditions. This sun worship is very much there. So yes, we have to look into this, all these aspects. They have been a revolution, and as you have said that Kumipatuas, they have been trying to revolutionize these traditions, bring out the caste system and other things which are there. So it's not only, we also should remember that he's not only limited to Odisha, Western Odisha. It's
yes,
it's, you can say Eastern India, you can say, because there are many other tribal areas in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and other areas where they are also very much active.
Yeah.
So
in West Bengal also, they are
very. So geographically, they are not limited only to Odisha, though they have their tradition, the main centers here, and there have been these trends. Vishwanath Baba trying to take it to the Buddhist, the Hindu, or the Vedantic tradition, and there are also Buddhists. They are trying to say that they are Buddhists, and many of the things they have been saying, as you have also tried to emphasize in your talk, we have learned many more things, and I will just reflect upon your talk. Thank you for giving us enough food for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So Ranjit sir, yeah. So Ranjit sir,
Ranjit sir, pranam sir. Ranjit sir, आपन को स्वागत. आपन unmute करके आपन को मतामत रखें.
Yes. Thank you. We must thank Dr. Patitapaban Das for his innovative style of presentation. Now, the thing is, what I want to say is this, that what Mahima, what actually Bhima Bhai has said, it all comes out of his own personal realization. What we are trying to do, we are trying to systematize them. And Dr. Das is trying to decode the Concord. That's why as to where we should place him, that is the thing. But, this is so where from this the problem comes from this, that if we place him under the scheme of Buddhist scheme, then we can put him, we can accept his Sunna theory. But he also is a believer in karma theory. So that karma theory is also there in Buddhism, because Buddhists, although they reject all the metaphysical things, they accept rebirth. And the rebirth is always the realization of the soul at every birth. That is what the Buddhists say, as we get from the Jataka stories. So I think, will it not be proper to take the phraseology of N.N. Basu, when he says that a Buddhist with a mask, would it not be proper to brand Bhima Bhoi as a Buddhist with a mask? What will be your response?
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. You could find out my point. My point is, from my lecture, my intention was that don't place him in Buddhism, don't place him in Vedanta. And if it goes like that, I actually prepared in my lecture in that way. In fact, thanks to Basu, who has actually brought up Mahima philosophy to the academics. So wonderful job he has done, wonderful job in that sense. But what I'm trying to say, I'm a novice in this area, so I apologize for that. I am a novice. So what I'm trying to do in my research now is that we have two camps pulling Mahima Dharma or Bhima Bhoi to them. In one hand, Buddhist, they are also pulling Bhima Bhoi that you are a Buddhist, and Vedantins, they are also pulling him as you are Vedantin, because you have many principles which Vedantins actually believe. So there are two different camps. So what my idea here at this juncture, I humbly submit that we should stop branding him and let's reread him completely from a new perspective, all the literature without any bracketing, without any compartmentalization. So let's start it from the ground, what he does. And there are many points, as I mentioned 2 points at least. One is that he was a Kandha, and another is he is one illiterate person. So because he was an illiterate person, so he did not have any access to Buddhist scriptures, and because he was Kandha, he was not allowed to read Sanskrit text. But then how could he so ingenuinely speaks all the principles which are similar to these traditions? But how could he do that without reading anything from these traditions?
Right.
That means might be he has spoken many things different, but these people, because we know him through these lenses, either from N.N. Basu or from Tandra Patnaik ji. So and they are showing us from two different perspectives. So we should stop this, and I think my humble submission is that let's bracket these two perspectives and reread Bhima Bhoi from zero. That's what my perspective is. And at this juncture, I am not saying that what is he. I'm simply saying that he is not a Buddhist, he is not a Vedantin.
Thank you very much, sir. Beautiful. Beautiful, sir. Beautiful.
Okay. Let the mask be unveiled. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Beautiful, sir. Western Orissa is great. You are focusing on Western Orissa, sir. Thank you very much.
But I am from Eastern Odisha. I am from Bhadrak.
I am from Mahima, but I am now staying at Raulkala.
Okay.
At Bandamunda College. Dr. P.K. said we have met at Odisha Philosophical Conference.
Okay.
Last 2 years.
Thank you.
And now I am at Bandamunda College.
Okay.
Raulkala.
But sir, we should also stop branding him as Western philosopher and Eastern
No, because it is broadly. We will take it broadly sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
And I am just requested you. We will put into your syllabus also, sir.
That's what we have to, because otherwise who will do it?
Who
Because
will do
Odisha, who will do it? Odia philosopher. Interesting.
Yes. One thing, sir, he is illiterate and also downtrodden people, and he has great philosophy. So we have to in our syllabus, and it is very fruitful to our students also.
Yeah.
Okay, you. Sir. Many thanks to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
For last 2 years, I have not heard your lecture. Today, I have take a time and had your lecture, sir. Thank you very much, and we will meet at Ravensa University if time permits.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Please visit. You please visit my YouTube channel also.
Okay, sir.
Patitapaban Das.
And we have also some. I have also messaged you. I have not actually remembered it, and you have given some materials to me.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I remember you. Might be in Maharshi College.
Maharshi College, yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sahu, Department of Philosophy, Onnamunda College.
Yeah. Though I cannot see you from picture, but I can understand who are you. Yeah.
Okay, sir. We will meet. মানে बहुत शीघ्र देखा हवा.
Again, sir. Sir, thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, if anybody wants to ask something or share their opinion, they can. ଆପଣ ମାନେ ନିଜ ନିଜର ମତାମତ ବା ଯଦି କିଛି ପଚାରିବାର ଥାଏ ତାହେଲେ ପଚାରି ପାରନ୍ତି. Okay. ठीक अछि. Thank you very much. आज जो महायान बुद्धिस्ट फिलॉसफी जो हमें लेक्चर सीरीज करूँ ICBS sponsored. Today is the last day of that, and we are very grateful that Dr. Patitapaban Das is really explained it in a nice way and introduced us to the Mahima philosophy of Mahima Dharma. We are really grateful and thank you, sir. And really, how there is a similarity, or how the development, how there is a development of concepts from Buddhism to the modern age. Really, we know from this lecture. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Devasis.
Yeah. So this is the last day, and I hope this will not be actually last day. We will continue our reading on Mahayana philosophy, and we'll do a lot of things.
Yeah. Thank you, Devasis, for this wonderful series of lectures, and I'm really privileged to hear all those lectures which were given by eminent Buddhist scholars. Thank you very much to you and your team, your college, and I'm privileged that you have invited me to this series, which I'm an odd man out, but I tried because I love Buddhism a lot. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. So any feedback form, feedback link I have given in this chat box. So you can feedback us with your remarks here. So thank you very much all for being with us. Thanks to all the eminent teachers like Professor Prafulla sir, Professor Saroj Kumar Mahanti sir, and other dignitaries, professor from Odisha, out of Odisha, who have joined with us. Thanks to all the audience who have carefully listened to us, and thanks to all those who have raised their question. Thanks to all, and I would like to end formally this periodic lecture now. Thank you very much. So lastly, sabba papasya akaranam kusalasya sachitta paryodapanam etam buddhanusasanam. Sadhu. Namaskar. Subharatri.
Thank you.